Imagine an alien with a powerful tool that could actually stop the Earth in its tracks and halt its rotation. Have you ever wondered what would happen if the Earth came to a standstill? We may not realize it, but our planet's rotation underlies some of the most basic processes on Earth. Indeed, we probably wouldn't even be here if Earth was a stationary planet. It's a scenario that sparks both curiosity and fear, prompting us to contemplate the delicate balance of our planet's systems. In today's Data Dose What Would Happen If series, we'll journey into this hypothetical realm and explore the profound consequences of such an event. But first, let's take a little history detour into the cosmic realm and the birth of Earth. Around 4.6 billion years ago, a large cloud of gas and dust collapsed under its own gravity, resulting in the formation of the Sun, as well as a rotating disk of material around it. As this material came together to form the planets that make our solar system, it retained the angular momentum of the original rotating cloud. What's angular momentum, you might ask? It is a property of rotating objects and is conserved unless acted upon by an external force. Now, Earth inherited this angular momentum and continues to spin due to its inertia, which is the tendency of an object to remain in motion unless stopped by an external force. This spinning motion is what gives rise to the day and night cycle, which has shaped the behavior and evolution of every living organism, especially humans who have developed cultural practices and daily routines around it. It also influences various other aspects such as moderating temperatures, the formation of tides, gravity, the magnetic field, and the Coriolis Effect, which is a deflection that drives atmospheric and oceanic circulation patterns. Now picture this. It's a beautiful day. You're walking to work, greeting people on the way, when the Earth's rotation suddenly grinds to a halt. What do you think will happen next? Well, for starters, unless you're at the poles, you and everything around you, all the buildings, trees, and animals would start flying eastwards at hundreds of miles per hour. But why on Earth, pun intended, would that happen? You see, our planet spins at about 1100 miles per hour at the equator, which means that everything, including our atmosphere, is spinning at 1100 miles per hour. A sudden stop will feel like a sideways push, except it will be strong enough to knock over practically everything because nothing is designed to withstand such a force. However, the atmosphere and oceans will continue moving at the same pace, causing giant storms and humongous waves. Powerful winds will sweep across the planet's surface, causing widespread destruction and chaos. And no, the disaster doesn't end just there. The Earth's rotation influences its internal dynamics, such as the tectonic plate movement. Without this rotational force, seismic activity will intensify as pent-up geological pressures will seek release. This will result in extreme earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic activity. All in all, it would be an absolute nightmare that would make survival pretty much impossible for most species. But what if the Earth stopped spinning over a period of time? Would it still be as bad? Well, that's happening right now. Our planet's rotation rate, also known as angular velocity, is gradually slowing down, lengthening our days by approximately 1.7 milliseconds per century. Many factors have contributed to this, such as tidal friction, the redistribution of Earth's mass due to glacial rebound, and atmospheric drag. But at the moment, this rate of deceleration is minuscule, which is why it will be negligible to us in our lifetime. But hypothetically, if the Earth did gradually stop spinning over many years, it would still be a catastrophic event. How so? Firstly, we would experience just one day and one night every year. 6 months of daylight would be followed by 6 months of night. That may not worry some of you, but without rotation to distribute heat evenly, the side facing the sun would become extremely hot, well over 100 degrees Celsius. This intense heat would cause lakes and rivers to evaporate completely. The central continent would likely become the hottest region, with only a narrow strip along the coastlines potentially able to support primitive life. Those would become the only areas with somewhat moderate temperatures and access to water. And do you think 8 billion people would survive sharing a small strip of land? Moreover, without the usual 24-hour day and night cycle, our body's internal clocks, known as our circadian rhythms, would be disrupted. This is not a good thing at all, considering that these rhythms help regulate our sleep patterns and guide the daily activities of almost all living beings. This would cause issues like sleep disorders and mood disturbances. Plants and animals depend heavily on the day-night cycle for crucial functions like photosynthesis and migration. An extreme change would adversely disrupt their ecosystems, potentially leading to widespread extinction and ecological collapse. Even if we manage to mitigate all this, we will still face harrowing conditions in this new world. You see, the Coriolis Effect will weaken. It plays a crucial role in shaping weather patterns, ocean currents, and the motion of objects on Earth's surface. When that is weakened, the deflection of air masses will also diminish. This would disrupt global wind patterns, which would have a cascading effect on weather patterns worldwide. In other words, deserts will freeze, forests will flood, and agricultural systems will collapse, leading to widespread famine and societal upheaval. So now we are 8 billion people living on a small strip of land without food and limited water. The only thing working in our favor so far is that, rest assured, we will never have to face hurricanes. Hurricanes derive their energy and rotation from the Coriolis Effect. When the atmospheric circulation patterns necessary for their formation and maintenance cease to exist, so do hurricanes. So you can cross that out in your list of potential problems. It may cause you to wonder whether everyone living on the coastal strip has become a pescatarian. However, since the Coriolis Effect also impacts ocean currents, a weakened Coriolis Effect would change the direction and intensity of these currents, resulting in alterations to marine ecosystems and the redistribution of aquatic life. With no centrifugal forces causing the water to bulge at the equator, it would gradually migrate towards the poles due to gravity, resulting in a redistribution of sea levels. Even tidal patterns would be affected, as they depend on the gravitational forces of the moon and sun and the rotation of the earth. With rotation out of the picture and no centrifugal force, there would be longer tidal cycles and a decrease in the tidal magnitude. Weaker tidal currents would negatively impact navigation via ships, and more importantly, there would be an increase in saltwater intrusions into freshwater sources. Even if we somehow manage to overcome all these hurdles, we won't be able to deal with the cosmic consequences. Geodynamo is a process that generates magnetic fields by the movement of molten iron and nickel in the planet's outer core. This magnetic field extends into space and forms a protective shield around the Earth by deflecting charged particles from the solar wind. It prevents them from stripping away the Earth's atmosphere and damaging the planet's surface. It also shields the planet from cosmic rays that can harm living organisms and potentially interfere with electronic equipment. Animals and humans also use it for navigation. Now, if the Earth were to stop spinning, it is possible that it would lose its magnetic field. Without this protective shield, we would be vulnerable to all the harmful effects of solar wind, cosmic rays, radiation, debris, and other space weather phenomena. The chances of meteorite impacts would also be higher, furthering our woes. As you can see, the consequences of the Earth's sudden or gradual stoppage would be nothing short of catastrophic. We would struggle to survive amidst the chaos and destruction. Our very existence would hang in the balance as we grapple with the harsh realities of a world turned upside down. Though this is a hypothetical scenario, let us take it as an opportunity to appreciate the world around us and hope it stays hypothetical forever. Thank you for joining us on this thought-provoking journey. Stay tuned for more captivating explorations here on Data Dose. Until next time, keep pondering the mysteries of the cosmos and never cease to wonder.